Let's communicate with you. The structural design of this RV nowadays. Many RV manufacturers are increasingly applying this carbon fiber to make the shell of their RV. This material is very good for RVS. However, I found that many times the performance has not been fully utilized. Today, I will share with you the design of our RV structure. Let's take a look at it. The structure of the reinforcing ribs of our RV is an integral reinforcing rib. All the reinforcing ribs are transformed into a cage structure. It is a real cage structure, which there is no any in the middle. Metal-like welds in the middle through this carbon fiber is formed in one piece. The advantage of this, first, if a local force is assumed at a certain point, it can quickly disperse the force to the entire, distribute it to the hub structure to ensure the safety of the box body, so whether the strength of the RV's box is sufficient. It doesn't depend on how thick the sheet is, but on whether your structural design is reasonable. For the connection between the chassis and the body, we use a large number of this triangular structure to maintain its stability. This kind of structure has been through a lot of mechanical calculations and simulation analysis. This way also has, what is the second benefit of this method? All our panels, including which are furniture panels and equipment, are directly installed on our reinforcing ribs, are connected to our skin. The inner and outer skins are tightly connected together. So what are the benefits of this? Nowadays, more waterproofing uses is this sandwich structure. In the middle is often made of foam. Some are 5-ply or 6-ply structures. The general structure is like this. This is the outer skin. This is the inner skin. In fact, this foam, its tensile strength is very low, basically not exceeding 4 megapascals. That is to say, if our anchor point is opened by the tooth company, at this position, the stress-bearing structure will be concentrated on the inner skin structure. The force you transmit through the foam to the outer skin. The force is limited. On the contrary, our structure is made like this. Yes, this is our inner skin. This is the inner. Our keel structure is to bond the inner and outer skins through this rigid and bonding way together. The middle is the foam. When we install this anchor point, suppose we drive screws into this position. The force it receives, the force will be applied to the entire sheet and pulls it as a whole. At this time, will improve the overall strength of the plate. This is something to be noted. Should also be paid attention to, so the overall rigidity and strength of the keel can be ensured. The second is that it plays a role in the strength of the sandwich plate to the maximum. Meanwhile, the composite material, another big advantage is that it can be locally reinforced. That is to say, where the skin doesn't need high strength. We don't need to use thick materials. On the contrary, where the stress is particularly high, such as the chassis position, we can add more carbon claws in a targeted way. The design of our carbon cloth, on the contrary, for example, if we design some parts of the car, doesn't need to be very strong, or particularly high strength, then we can design it thinner here. In this case, first it can save raw materials. In addition, the lightweight and high strength performance of carbon fiber. And the skin, if we use carbon fiber material to make this box, it will be similar to metal. It will lose its significance.